Oh, this heart of mine was made for you. I keep falling in love. Dreams sure take some time, but they come true.
Hello everyone, I am Chloe Jackson, owner of Wildflower Wedding Planning. I am a local wedding planning company based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we are here with Joey Schlabs. He is the owner of Cinderella Wedding Co. And he's here to talk to us about highly debated topic that many of our couples are considering doing for their wedding day.
Very debated.
Many couples are on the fence about whether a first look is right for them, and Joey's here to give us some food for thought on this topic. Joey, tell us a little bit about Cinderella Wedding Co. and how long you've been in the industry.
So I shot my first wedding when I was 15, and my mom had to pick me up and drop me off because I didn't have a car yet. And I made, I think, like $400, and I just knew that I probably would do this the rest of my life. And now I'm 32, and I've shot about 500 weddings. I've lost count. And today, I started Cinderella in about 2008, so it's been going for about 10 years. And today we have about 8 employees that work on a freelance basis, and they're photographers, videographers, a project manager, and 2 editors.
Wow.
And so we've kind of grown Cinderella into this kind of collective of fine art, high-end photographers and videographers that can specialize, with what they're good at. So my main role for Cinderella is to be the chief photographer. So we have another chief photographer on our staff, but I'm kind of the main photographer that kind of oversees the creative side of our videographers and photographers.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So you've been doing it for a long time, and
yes,
you've seen a lot of weddings in your day.
So many.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stories too.
Well, I'm sure you've done plenty of first looks. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what a first look is, and for many people that may not know exactly what a first look is?
Yeah, so the first look in the wedding terminology world is where the bride and groom see each other by themselves before the ceremony. And it's kind of scandalous.
Mic drop.
Yeah, and that's what you mentioned, it's hotly debated. When I first heard about the first look, when I got married almost 10 years ago this year, my wife and I were like, what? That's crazy, like why would you do that? And our photographer actually recommended us do the first look, and he told us what it was, and we were like, oh, okay, we'll listen. And we listened to his kind of pitch on it, and we decided not to do it because it sounded really unfamiliar, and it was kind of just a foreign concept to not see each other at the altar. But also we wanted to kind of stick with what was familiar, so we decided not to do it. And now 10 years later, we totally regret it.
Right.
Like really, really regret it. So I always tell people, do you want me to go ahead and give the reasons why? Okay.
I think so.
So I always tell people that there's 4 reasons to do the first look. And this part of it's from experience, having not done the first look.
Right, so you can see from the other side of,
exactly.
I didn't do a first look, had I gone back and do it all over again,
exactly.
do it.
So the first reason, the way I always tell people, is the flow. The wedding day tends to flow a lot better when you do a first look. And the reason why is because working with someone like Chloe at Wildflower, you're able to plan out your whole day before the ceremony so that you can get all your photos out of the way. So that way, when you're doing the ceremony and you're finished with the ceremony, and the pastor or officiant or whatever says, I'm now pronouncing you husband and wife, you make your bride, and everyone cheers and you walk out, you're essentially done with pictures at that point, and you can just go to your cocktail hour or go to your reception and just start partying and not have to worry about any more pictures.
Right, and that's huge. I mean, to be able to get all of the pictures done beforehand, maybe you have some allotted time after the ceremony to do some of those shots with just you as a couple, and then maybe some of those shots that weren't done before the ceremony. But I mean, to be able to enjoy the event that you have invested all of your money into, the DJ is there for a certain amount of time, your photographer's there for a certain amount of time, and it really does affect the flow tremendously.
Yeah, and so not only does it help with getting the photos done on the front end, but it also helps the flow with your guests, because your guests will get to the reception or the cocktail hour, and they will see you within about 10 or 15 minutes so that you can start shaking hands and kissing babies and saying, hey, I haven't seen you in forever.
Exactly.
Or nice to meet you. A lot of times you're meeting people on, maybe if you're the bride, you're meeting people on the groom's side you've never met before.
Right. Gives you time to hang out with your guests.
Yeah.
And really be a host at your wedding instead of being stuck in photos or having your obligations
Right.
And things like that. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Be on the lookout for more videos. We're going to be interviewing vendors in the Chattanooga area just to give you more of an inside look on different wedding options. And make sure you check out Joey. He's an amazing photographer and videographer in town. You can check him out on Facebook, Instagram, or he has a website, cinderellawedding.co.